Do you want to have fun on your next trip to Las Vegas?
Yeah. All right, where's the beer?
The New York is a fun, lighthearted hotel. It's not elegant, it's not sophisticated, and it's not luxurious, but it is a lot of fun. It looks like a cartoon. It's surrounded by a roller coaster. It has a great arcade. If you're a kid at heart, or if you absolutely must take children to Las Vegas, this could be a really good hotel for you. It's mid-price, so you could get a very good deal to stay there. And it's got a great location. It's right next door to the T-Mobile Arena. It's very close to Allegiant Field, and in the years to come, it's going to be directly across the street from the baseball field. So it's really good for sporting events and other types of events. In this video, I'm going to show you the room that I stayed in, where I ate, and some of the fun that I had. I'll show you some of the things that the New York could offer you on your next trip to Las Vegas. And we're going to start with a spin around the New York. Upon opening in 1997, the New York Hotel and Casino was the tallest building in Nevada at 529 feet tall until 2005 when the Wynn opened just down the street. The exterior represents various New York City skyscrapers, even though it is one contiguous building. The skyscrapers represented are roughly 1/3 scale. Possibly the most striking feature of the exterior is the replica of the Statue of Liberty, which is roughly half scale. Another prominent feature of the New York is the 300-foot-long replica of the Brooklyn Bridge. Also, one can't help but notice that the entire hotel is surrounded by the Big Apple coaster. These features, to me, combine to equal what I consider the coolest looking resort in Las Vegas. Now, I've heard it called cartoonish and cheesy, but I think Las Vegas is all about having fun, and this place to me is fun. New York is located in the south part of the Las Vegas Strip, deep in the heart of MGM land, and is next door to the T-Mobile Arena, making it an ideal hotel for those attending concerts, Golden Knights games, MMA fights, or any event at the arena. It's across the street from and connected to the MGM Grand by a walkway over the Las Vegas Strip, also connected by walkway to the Excalibur, where you can catch a tram to the Luxor and Mandalay Bay. At just over 2,000 rooms, the New York is a fairly large hotel, but somehow feels smaller. New York is also home to the Mad Apple Cirque du Soleil show and a pretty awesome arcade in my opinion. I hope you've enjoyed this spin around the New York. On this particular trip, I stayed in a newly remodeled Soho King room with a strip view. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at that room. Let's take a slower look at that room. The Soho King rooms are 350 square feet. Not huge, but they feel big enough. And this is a mid-priced hotel. Obviously, it's going to be cheaper during the week than on the weekends, and the prices can really go up if there is an event at the T-Mobile Arena. But I really like the way they did the renovations here. I like all the bright colors, and the theming is consistent with the theming throughout the hotel. So you really feel like you're at the New York when you're in the room. And it has all the usual amenities that you would expect, like a safe, and it's a very comfortable room. I heard that there were personal fridges, but no such luck. The bed was really comfortable. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It was actually a very comfortable stay in the room. As far as the renovation goes, though, they didn't knock out any walls, so the ceilings are kind of low, and the bathrooms are still pretty small, like the old iteration. I don't love a tub and shower combination, but it is what it is, and the room was very comfortable. It was a good stay. I, of course, checked the room pretty thoroughly, and it performed very, very well under blacklight. This room was very clean, and I had a really nice view of the strip as well, so that was a big bonus. The pool at the New York is pretty small for a resort of this size and seems to get a lot of shade because it's surrounded by tall buildings, but it does have a nice view of the roller coaster. Cabanas range from about $400 during the week to about $500 during the weekends. Reserved seating $75 to about $100. It's kind of small, and I could see this place getting really crowded when it's busy. As far as the gym is concerned, it's tiny. And if you were in here by yourself working out, it would probably be okay, but if there were any number of people in there with you, it could probably get seriously crowded. It does have enough equipment to get it done, though. Most of the food offerings at the New York are centered around the streets of New York, which is a highly themed area in the resort, and it's really cool. It's a replica of the streets of New York. And most of the food there is pretty casual, but very good. You could also go outside, where there are also plenty of things on offer out in the very relaxing park area. You can sit outside on a nice day, and many of the restaurants here are either attached to the resort or are freestanding. But plenty of options, lots of things on offer. There are eateries, there are bars, there are places to watch the game. I opted to start my culinary journey by getting a roast beef sandwich at Top Round Roast Beef, and it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it definitely filled the void and got me off to a good start. That night for dinner, I decided to go to Gallagher's Steakhouse, which is from New York City, and had these beautiful dry-aged steaks in the window. And Gallagher's is pretty casual for a steakhouse. You could sit at the bar, you can sit in the dining room, and I always judge a steakhouse by how well they do the classics. So I opted to start with a French onion soup, which was awesome. I really liked it. Then I moved on to the steak tartare, and that was another awesome choice. Really enjoyed that. And a good way to judge a restaurant is by how well they do roasted chicken. This was amazing. The skin was crispy. It was moist and juicy. It was absolutely delicious, very tasty. I loved it. I would highly recommend Gallagher's. Really enjoyed this meal. It was very good. In the morning, I opted to go for a crepe at 48th and Crepe. And any good crepe spot, of course, is going to let you watch as they make your crepe. This guy was moving kind of slow, but he did a good job. And I had a ham and cheese crepe there. Filled the void. It was good. Good way to start my day. Then for lunch, I decided to go to the Broadway Burger Bar. And another casual spot, but obviously known for their burgers, hence the name. And the burger was good. It wasn't amazing, but it was good, and I enjoyed it. Then that night for dinner, I went to Chin Chin, which is kind of a casual little Asian spot, though you can go and sit at the sushi bar if you'd like. I had a very good server named Kana. He recommended this wonton soup, which was really good. Really enjoyed that. And then I went on and had some fried rice, and that was also very good and filled the void. Strangely, in the morning, I had a hankering for clam chowder for breakfast. I don't know what was going on there, but I went to the Fulton Fish Fry and had New England clam chowder in a bread bowl, and that was a good way to start the day. Then for lunch, I went to Greenberg's Deli. This was my last meal at the New York. And of course, at Greenberg's Deli, I had to have a Reuben, and it was awesome. And the pickle was awesome, and it was a really good lunch, and I would definitely recommend that. Some places that I didn't eat, but that are very highly touted, Gonzales y Gonzales. Mexican restaurant is supposedly very good. There's also Il Fornaio, which is an Italian spot that apparently has a very good happy hour. There are 9 Fine Irishmen. There's America, the 24-hour restaurant, and supposedly very good for breakfast. I didn't eat at the food court, not really into that. Bars at the New York. There's the Center Bar, which always seems to be pretty hoppin'. Definitely a pretty happening spot. You can go there and get a drink in the center of the casino. There's Tom's Watch Bar, which is definitely a sports bar-y type of a location, good for watching a game. There's the aforementioned 9 Fine Irishmen if you want to go in and have a pint. There's also the Chocolate Bar if you want to have a chocolate martini, which supposedly I've heard are very good. And there's Pour 24 overlooking the casino. I experienced for myself their happy hour, also very good. You could also go to Coyote Ugly. And there's the bar at Times Square, which always seems to be hopping and has the dueling pianos, which seems like a lot of fun. The casino at the New York is a very busy and lively place right in the center of the action, and of course highly themed, just like the rest of the resort. I didn't win anything in this place, not 1 cent, so I'm not sure I can advocate for it, but it's got everything that you need. Of course, it's got a high limit room you can check out. The sports book to me seemed pretty lame. It seemed like an afterthought that was just sort of tucked into a hallway. So probably the lamest sports book that I've seen, with the possible exception of the Flamingo. And that's the casino at the New York. I hope you enjoy it. So before I wrap things up, I do have a staff shout out for Sandra in housekeeping. She was very accommodating, very hospitable, and definitely appreciated her. I really like this hotel. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun place to stay. You can get a good deal to stay there, particularly during the week. I've already mentioned some of the things that make this a good place for families with kids. There's the Hershey store. Kids really love that. There's the roller coaster, of course. There's the arcade. Part of what made my stay so much fun was that I got a free all-day Scream Pass to ride the roller coaster through the My Vegas app. That was a $65 value, and I really used it. The pool might not be great, but for a kid to be swimming in a pool and have a roller coaster come overhead, that might be kind of fun. Also, the gym's not wonderful, so if that's an amenity that's important to you, you might not love this hotel. The dining could go either way, depending on what you're looking for. If you are looking for a lot of opulent fine dining, then this is not the best choice, but is a lot of variety in the mid-tier department. Lots of stuff to eat there. The theming is great. I know that themed hotels are kind of going by the wayside in Las Vegas, but this one's really cool and it's a lot of fun. There's stuff to do. There's a lot of times there's music out on the Brooklyn Bridge. There's the park, which is a great outdoor location. Lots of nice outdoor space out there. So yeah, I highly recommend this, and this is one of my top mid-tier choices in Las Vegas. And if you've been watching this video so far, Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave me a comment, leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, and have a great time in Vegas. Ciao.